a new challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Ready? Then show me.
Don't expect me to be a pushover. Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Starts with a jump. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. If they can't escape this rock-solid corner pressure, this rep perfect takes the round without getting touched. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive tension. Still scrapping for control of the space. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without experiencing burnout. Player burnout activates. Tries to bait out a reaction to a fireball. And they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal. Time to reassess the situation. A single hit will do it. Goes for the fireball. Went for the chip kill. Player 2 just posterized their opponent. Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak. Yes. Player 1. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Backs them into the corner. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strategy. Drive usage is back on the table. Good job blocking the jumping. They're showing us KO. Player 1 takes up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Still very early in the round. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Super on deck for both players. Expect to see some nice counter. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. A super art? Wow, that's some big time damage. Player 2 uses the gauge for a super art. This is a complete finds an opening with a jump. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
Round one.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. Will the drive parry here open things up for them? So, a drive rush can really close the distance, putting moves that would otherwise be out of reach in that sweet spot to launch a surprise attack. Pressuring them in the corner. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Throws the fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Burnout is triggered. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. If they can, it's KO. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Pokes with a medium kick. Good job blocking the jump-in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump-in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Both fighters need to find a way to utilize their drive. Overdrive arts give moves a big power boost at the cost of using some of the drive gauge, so meter management is vital. Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drive or play it safe and conservative. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The whip anti-air in the clutch! Oh, the throw connects! Okay, here we go. Tensions are running high. Finds the target. Shows off a parry. Pumps the brakes on the impact. There's a burnout. They're in the corner. Did they change the match? But that combo finishes it. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Round one.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Blocking a jump-in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Low heavy hits, mix up incoming. Picks up some damage with a long-reaching attack. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Got their eye on the air. Blocks the low heavy. Denies the low heavy. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round of KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Gets the combo. They're in the corner and the beatdown continues. They're backed up into the corner. Jump. Drive gauge gap here. What'll happen here? The drive impact is denied. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill or not. There it is. They knew it'd be enough. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. And they've gone for the same character. Neither side's gonna want to lose this one. Starting the action off with the fire. Takes them down without a scratch. Player 1 shows mastery of the character in that tense mirror match.
Comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Will the drive parry here open things up for him? Oh! Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. Look at the damage they can pump out with the combo. Things are heating up. Player 1, perfect execution and gameplay nets our fighter a perfect round. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Medium kick hits. Throw connects and does big damage. Player 2 holds. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Good heads-up decision, opting for the drive impact. Burnout activates. Player 1 in dive hunt super art. Scrapping it out up close. This may be it. Low heavy. Player 2 will look to apply pressure. KO. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Jumps in. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Starts off zoning with fireballs. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're gonna eat tons of damage. They are not afraid to let the overdrive art fly, even when their drive gauge isn't topped off. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Takes a trip. Hold your breath. Player 1 chases them down. Heading into the beats it up with a combo well aware of the life in meters. Really good decision making. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Sneaks in a pump. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Blocks it. Smart play with the throw. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Drive rush to keep it going. Closes the distance. Player 1 will look to... burnout activates. Not much life difference. They were right to be on guard there. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a gotta do better than that. Player 1 with the rhythm owning that space. Gotta be careful not to stream to Hadouken. This can lead to some big damage. Player 2 needs to punish, counter, sets, and closes it out. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Still slugging it out here. Now they get pushed into the corner, or it's going to be very difficult to escape. Trips them up. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Grabs them, knockdown. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireballs. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Smart play with the throw. Untouchable, impetuous, impregnable, and perfect! Player 1 took no time to finish that fight.
Round 1.
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Grabs him, throw hits, now the fun begins. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Big counter! Slips the grab. That checks what you get when both sides go in on the throw. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Drive rush. Gets in their face. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with the full plate. Checks them with the projectile. Parries the projectile. Now what's the follow-up? Life lead opens up. Burnout activates. KO. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes for the jump in to start. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player 1 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Projectile to try and change the situation. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Dashes up. Breaks the block with a throw. That throw will do some good damage. Player 2 can build off this lead. Checks with a medium kick. Doing some quick planning, experiencing burnout. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Oh no, they're stunned. Player 1 needs to use the predator corner here. Burnout activated. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. The big flex, the broken jaw, Shin Shoryuken! Adds a bit of OG spice there. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Doing some quick, now they can use drive. Backs them into the, sets up with the jump in. Ooh, what a smart throw. What's next? Big gauge difference here, and both fighters uses their drive gauge. Our fighters are up, reads the jump in perfectly. They don't have any leeway to make a mistake. Someone's got, oh my god, they just hit them with a quick low kick. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Start knocked them out of the air. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Lots of watching from far that way. But is it all about to change? With the solar plexus strike. Oh, here we go. Player forward throw. Laying the pressure on things. Player 2 needs to wait this out. The low kick hits. What are they gonna do? Shoot their shot. Ooh, the ground impact hit for a punish. Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with nothing stops this train. All in with a rush. The final push at the end paid off in spades. When you have a chance to finish this, you've got to take it. Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion.
comes a new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
We gotta do this. Come on.
Time to play.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw. Trips him up. Nothing but air for the impact. Denies the low heavy. Knockdown. Throws him. What's next? Left off a projectile to waste time. Neither of them willing to back off here. Decides to meet them in the air. Grabs them. All right, what's coming up next? Life lead opens up. What a finish. Great meat in the life gauge there. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Decides to puff up while they can. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Both fighters planning something? Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Player two holding on to that, brushes that off and keeps going. Bring in the heat. Oh, is this it? Or are they still in this? Both fighters gotta roll up those sleeves and think of something. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Both sides getting ready. The drive impact doesn't work. Party time! Catching them in a full-on storm. Going in? Player one gets tagged by the fireball. Player one was an absolute beast in that match.
Bet that hurt. Bet that hurt. Hadouken! Coming at ya! Bring in the heat! Bet that hurt. I don't have time to play. Feeling nervous? What are you waiting for? Oh, damn! Coming at ya! Bring in the heat!
Here comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Deftly shuts out the jumping. Goes for the throw. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Are they trying to bait out the jump? Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Takes a trip. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Player 2 may be just about done this round, but they still have a chance with a full drive gauge to tap into. Life lead opens up. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Immediate jumping. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Throws them to negate the block. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Scrapping it out up close. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Shoryuken? Are we gonna see a comeback here? Drive impact misses! What'll happen here? A fireball at that range? We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
Back out to start. They're not taking any chance. Uses their drive gauge. Breaks those shins. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Both fighters are raring to go. It reads the jump in perfectly. They just said, get that jump in out of here. This can lead to some big damage. Can this drive bring them back? Oh, ooh, what a smart throw. Player 1 is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Gets the This is gonna hurt. Getting up close and personal. What the low? Flatline zone. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. From upstairs. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Forcefully closes the gap. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. What are they thinking here? Denies the low heavy. The low is denied. We are near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? Hold your breath. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. All right, what's coming up next? Was looking for that jump attack. KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Steps back to start things off. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. What'll happen here? Superb reactions on display. Breaks the block with a throw. Their life is hanging. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Can they create an opportunity? They now hit them with a quick low kick. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Opts to create space to start. Uses the fireball to try and get a reaction. Fires without warning. Both fighters look to set things up as they continue to jostle for position. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. This is gonna hurt. Low heavy, but no go. Escapes the court. Ooh, what a smart throw. What's next? Crowns him from above. Getting up, what blocks the low kick? Close up, were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? They're using a fireball to force a reaction. A jump in, solid anti-air. Up to spin the leader on the super. Like, no way they did that. Player one can't use any drive moves. Gotta low heavy. What will be the follow-up? Immaculate counter. Player one is gonna be watching replays of this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Jones with the fireball. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Player two chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can save some big chances to do damage here. Knockdown. Player one has them legit shook in the corner. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. Player one can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. All right, what's coming up next? Big, low, reaching heavy. Can't tech the throw? Checks them with the projectile. What's their game plan here? This critic is experiencing burnout. Player one is gonna have to wait for that drive. Got him up against the wall, and the stun is there. Gets the counter hit for the win. They're so good at whiff punishing. Player one with a good start to the fight, but can they keep it up? Gets a risky buff in. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Breaks the block with a throw. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Going in, super clutch corner shot. Knocks them out of the air, throws them. There's a wall strike. They can't do anything now. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. Jin, Ryu, Rippa. They gotta dig down deep here. What a finish! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight!
Backdash to start. They're not taking any chances. Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. Player two won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. With breather, player two is working with a better game. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player one needs to wait this out. Gotta be set up with the jump in. Player one is dangerously close to running out of drive. Ooh, what a smart throw. What now? Solid anti-air. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? There's a burnout. Throws them from above. Player two. No! Stunned off the wall. Player two, huge chance after that wall spot. Goes all out with this. Oh my God, they just choked it up. The finishing blow sneaks through. Player two made some smart moves there. Great game. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. This is gonna hurt. Baits out the low kick. Grabs and throws them away. Good work staying in throw range there. Player one chases them down. Knockdown. Player two has them legit shook in the corner. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble here? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Taking stock. Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. Fireball from very low. What's next here? Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Shinku Hadouken! Knockdown. Gets tagged by the fireball. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight!
Gets a risky buff in.
Hadouken! Hadouken! Hadouken!
Things Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Takes a trip. Shows a medium kick, so they break forward to pressure the opponent. A quick breather. Doing some quick planning? Projectile to try and change the situation. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Both fighters planning something? Now, can they? The low kick hits! Excellent block! Both with a medium kick. Player one, the low! Okay, here we go. Connects with the throw. Will this super art do anything? Bring in the heat! Oh, looking for the definitive end to this round with a level 3 super! Did not miss that chance and takes the round! Here's the final round. Right. The real fight starts now. Player one is on track to steal this back. Clutch, anti-air. Tries to bait out a reaction to a fireball. Player one drops below on gauge stock, but a good call to take that round. Drops him hard. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Connects with the throw. But oh my god, they just chunked it up. Handle with care. You can't drop driving back. Can this drive bring them back? With the solar plexus strike. Player one is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. It crowns him from above. Throws him. What now? Dangerous range here. Ooh, what a smart throw. Bolt finds the target. Stun City. That was a magical shot. Player two really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Goes up above. Barely blocks the jump in. Uses the fireball to try and get a reaction. Checking to see how the opponent reacts to long-range fireballs. This is a clear sign that they're testing their opponent's knowledge and game plan. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Player one has them legit shook in the corner. Blocks the jump in. Both players have near empty super art gauges. Whoever can build theirs up first may have a big advantage here. I want to see how they manage their SA gauge here. Player one is using their drive liberally. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. Knockdown. Player one is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Gets back into the corner with pressure building. Very solid corner switch. Life lead open to the jump attacks. Good. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Opts to create space to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Jumps up. The opening on that impact. Will they take it? You do not want to whip an impact. They choose to spend the meter to up the damage, brushes that off, and keeps going. Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Are they dead off this super? It's too close to call. And it's just enough. Solid read on the bars. Player one took no time to finish that fight. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Goes for the jump in to start the round. Gets the jump in. Jump in finds the mark. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. What is he thinking here?
This is my chance.
The throw hits. Now the fun begins. They get driven into the wall. And a super activation. Wraps it up with a drive impact. Player two sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Decides to create some distance to start. Lets off a projectile to waste time. Can't tech the throw. Throws them to negate the block. That throw will do some good damage. Player hits them with a stop and block. Experiencing burnout. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Knockdown and there's a change of sides. Player, this can lead to some big damage. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Still crowns them from above. Oh no, they're stunned.
My turn.
Wraps it up with a throw. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight!
Decides not to rush in without a plan. Anti-air in the clutch. Attempts to break solid anti-air. Throws him. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Forward throw. Laying the pressure on Thick. What now? Player 2 with the rhythm and whip. They're wide open. With super arts into play, it's really anything goes at this point. Next with the throw. Oh, here we go. Drives him back, misses. It's gotta do better than that. And lands the super. Time Force comes hard. Player 2 is left the reactions on display. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. They are done! Player 2 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Keeps him out. Goes for the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Throws him. What's next? Right lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart drive use. If they can't escape this rock-solid corner pressure, this round is over. Right lead opens up. Gets him. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Dashes forward. Grabs him. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen? Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Going in, player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Anti-air in the clutch. Player 1 will need to use their meter here wisely. Perfect execution with the anti-air. And kisses the fireball. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Opens with the fireball. This is gonna hurt. Solid anti-air. Shades things up with a fireball.
Eye on the prize.
Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Ooh, what a smart blow. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Glenn tries to act quickly, but with the attack. Slams on the brakes and shuts off the counter. Player 1 is looking at a grim situation. Oh, son! Bad news is on the way. Still alive? Still alive? It just gets there. Perfection. Player 2 really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Player 2 flipping just blocks the low kick. Big counter. Sticks the combo. What's going to follow the combo? Throws them to negate the block. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Blocks the low heavy. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. All right, what's coming up next? The counter is blocked. In a dire situation, brings out the super art. They saw a path and they took it. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight!
Now, can they finish the job? Grabs them, throws them to negate the block. Creates an opening with a low heavy. Uses a long-range attack there to zone them perfectly. A quick breather hits them with a stop and block. Player 2 needs to use there's a wall space. They can't do anything now. Going in, player 1 is working with a better game. Tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Sets up with the jump in. Low heavy, but no go. drive impact misses. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Oh, banks it on the fireball. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Back out to start. They're not taking any chances. Long-range fireball to break the silence. Player 1 took that round comfortably. No need to bring out the big guns yet. The match just started. The low's blocked. Throws them. That throw will do some good damage. Checks with a medium kick. Ooh, what a smart throw. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it the low heavy, but no go. They're in range. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Both sides getting ready. And whip. They're wide open. How did they read that throw? Knocked them out of the air. Oh, he'll drive them back. Misses. Player 2 can he drive, bring them back. Bring in the heat. Goes big time to end it. Never ever miss a chance to show off the fancy stuff. Player 1 really has to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Keeps him out. This is gonna hurt. Smart play with the throw. Projectile to try and change the situation. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. No good up high. Clear that neither of them wants to be in the corner. Trips them up. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. The corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Neither of them willing to back off. Checks them with the projectile. All right, what's coming up next? They can't squander this punish counter attack. Life lead opens up. Very solid corner switch. Brushes off the impact. There's a wall smash. Nice drive impact. Sends them connecting to Heaven's Wi-Fi. Good sense to let it rip. Player 2 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Player 2 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Shoryuken? Solid blocking. Spot on blocking. They may be planning to spend their drive gauge. Pries them open with a Shoryuken. Jumps up. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jumpings at this range. Both fighters have a full super meter. Crowns them from above. Player 1 holding on to. Ooh, what a smart throw. Here comes the corner pressure. Hits the drive. Jump. Time to reassess the situation. Both sides getting ready. Closes it out. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Throwing on even more pressure with the fireballs. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move where you're going to eat tons of damage. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. Will they use their drive to break through or to turn up the heat? Opts for the throw. All right. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Sticks the combo. Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. Strings it all together. KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireball. Okay, they trade hits. This goes for the super art? Is this early super gonna change things? Player 2 has the life advantage. Time to sit on the lead. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Shows the medium kick. What's the next move? Oh, the back and forth reads are unreal. Looks to drop him to earth. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Going in. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? With breather. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Gets a risk the low. Both sides getting ready. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Dangerous range here. They're using a fireball to force a reaction. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 can't use any drive move. Tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. What? Anti-air. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Oh, excellent read. They both want this shit to have a dip off. Kisses the fireball. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Player 2 is on track to steal this back after that super. Manages to block the jump-in attack. This can lead to some big damage. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. And eats it. Drives it back, misses. All the throw connects. Drops them from the air. Clutch anti-air. Both absolutely refusing to give up ground. Genius read with that throw escape. Presses for a reaction with a fireball. Back into the corner. Nothing stops this train. Connects with the throw. Player 2 with the rhythm owning that space. Oh my god, what's gonna happen? Gotta do better than that. We just saw the heist of the century. Player 2 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Shakes things up with a fireball. Jumps. Decides to pump up while they can. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Steps in for the throw. The low kick connects. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Throws them. What's next? Big low reaching heavy. Throws them to negate the block. Takes a trip. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Grabs them. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Who will capitalize on an opening first?
This is my chance.
Player comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Big, low, reaching heavy. Uses a long-range attack there to zone them perfectly. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. From low heavy to going in, grabs and throws them away. The low, rushes that off and keeps going. A real test of nerves here. This can lead to some big damage. Switch sides. What's next? Hits them to projectile hit. Fantastic positioning on show during that round.
Can't beat me.
Final round. Fight.
That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. Perfect tech. Reads the jump in perfectly. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Oh my, the throw tech. Gotta be careful and drops him hard. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arm. Gotta do better than that. Willing to risk it for the overdrive. Player 1 needs to wait this out. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Can this drive bring them back? Looking for a this can lead to some big damage. Oh my god, what a throw tech. Reads the jump in perfectly. Clutch anti-air. Noticeable life lead is a comeback turns out. Ooh, crushes the shins. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? Chuck the fireball to continue their hold over their zone. Gets into perfect fireball range. Both of them back off. They may be preparing for the final attack. can use drive. Tensions are running high. But this can lead to some big damage. Time's almost up. They think it's time to bust it. Giving them food for thought. Player one clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that.
Comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Good anti-air. Goes for the throw. The low kick connects. Picks up some damage with a long, reaching attack. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Ooh, will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Knockdown. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. We're close to the point where one mistake could end the round. The throw misses. Holds out with the block. Perfect read to get the finish with the low attack. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Checks him with the projectile. Parries the projectile. Now what's the follow-up? Uses the parry to deal with that projectile. Grabs and throws him away. Side switch in the corner. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Stuck in the corner, but not going down without a fight. Player 2 is dominating this match. Just goes for it at this range. That's not gonna hit. Not much life left, but their drive usage makes it in there. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. So, what are our fighters planning in this opening round? Deftly shuts out the jump in. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Steps in for the throw. Great block on that ambiguous cross-up. No good up high. Absorbs the attack and fires back. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Did well to get the buff in there. This is a tough spot. Feeling out the spacing. Parries the projectile. Parries to cancel the fire. Time's the only thing moving here. Next hit will end the round. Brushes off the impact. No more drive gauge. Checks them with the projectile. KO! Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Throws them. What's next? Jumps in. Side switch in the corner. Gets out of the corner. Player 1 will hits them with a stop and pop. Good instincts to spend resources while they have them to tack on more damage. Player 2 can't use any drop. Burnout activates. They're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. If the low kick hits, they must have a game plan here with the critical art on deck, but executing that plan is the key. Good job escaping that dangerous corner secure. They're recovered. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Finishes with the throw. Player 2 showed some very good growth during that matchup. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Jumps in. Low heavy. Picks up some damage with a long-reaching attack. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Goes for the throw. Was well in range to score the throw. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Grabs him. All right, what's coming up next? Low heavy hits. Mix up income. Gets him. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Big, low, reaching heavy. Barely blocks the jump in. With that drive impact get punished? Handle with care. You can't drop drive impact. Breaks those shins. No knockdown of the low heavy is blocked. Knockdown and not close enough for the throw. Player 1 has dropped some hard. Gotta be perfect execution with the anti-air. What'll happen here? Sets up with the jump in. Will this super art do anything? That's not gonna hit. Closes with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Anti-air drops him. Shoots off a fireball up close. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Oh! Brushes off the throw. Deftly shuts out the jumper. Backs them into the corner. Low heavy. Uses a long-range attack there to zone them perfectly. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. Hits with the overhead. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Avoids getting cornered. Taking stock. Box him with a target combo. Watch it throw. Is escaped. Reads the throw and shuts it down. Projectile to try and change the situation. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Sticks the jump in. Grabs him, throws him to negate the block. Snares him. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Reads their mind and techs the throw. Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. At this range, many attacks can connect, experiencing burnout. Player 2 needs to hold out until their drive gauge recovers. In there! Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They exchange blows. Jumps in. From up above. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Going in, they hit them with a stop and pop. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best.
Opt for the free flow kicks to get a drink in.
Overhead, but it won't work. Player one, it baits out the low kick. You've got to be mindful of reach and jumping.
Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. Are we gonna see a comeback here?
All in with the rush. Impact squash.
Just goes for it at this range. Looking to follow, breaks it.
Here comes the corner for an excellent block. This turns out amazing. There's a victim with a quick low kick. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Denies the jump in. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Grabs him. Was well in range to score the throw. No good up high. Goes for the throw. Trips and perfect parry to stop them. Time to go on the offensive. Amazing read to flash the parry just in time to catch the attack. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Goes in on the impact for nothing. Getting careless and missing a drive impact like that will leave you wide open. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Grabs him. Player one is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. KO.
Player one with a good start to the fight, but can they keep it up?
Now, can they finish the job? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out is so vital. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Big throws. A quick breather. Creates an opening with a low heavy. From low heavy to... barely blocks the jump in.
Their spacing is so on point right now.
But who's gonna blink first? Threads it cleanly. Last round, people.
Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Goes for the jump in to start. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Pops them with a shorty. Zones with the fireball. The feeling out phase is over. Time to get down to business. They're waiting for the opportunity to bust this match wide open.
Player one taps him on the toe. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Player one is looking at a grim situation with burnout.
Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. All whiff and no throw. Burns out. And they burn out in sync. Reads the jump in perfectly. They've got this can lead to some big damage. All the throw connects. Great low heavy. Arctic crowns them from above. The low's blocked.
Carries them all the way to the corner.
Knocks them out of the air. How did they anticipate that jump in? Player two comes out on top with that fierce battle.
Talk about a show. That match had it all.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Throws a fireball. Goes for the jump in. Grabs him. Good work staying in throw range there. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Opts for the throw. Closes the gap for the grab. Knockdown. Sees it coming and blocks it out. The jump in is denied. Taking stock. Can't tech the throw. Player one chases them down. Was looking for that jump attack. All right, what's coming up next? Which one of these fighters has what it takes to close out this round?
Yes. Their spacing is so on point right now.
But who's gonna blink first? Knockdown and finds an opening with a jump. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Low heavy hits, mix up incoming. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Big throws. Super arc on deck for both. Hits them with a stop and block. Ups the damage on that by opting to go for the overdrive ult.
Oh, what's this? The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage.
This is our destiny.
Lands the Getsuga Saiho.
Getsuga.
Going to that juicy damage. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. What a finish!
Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. All right, low heavy. Picks up some damage with a long-reaching attack. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Opts for the throw. Taking stock. Tries to turn up the pressure with an overdrive projectile. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? They trade hits, and now that attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Player 1 chases them down. All right, what's coming up next?
Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Jumps up, knockdown, and smart play with the... Oh, what's this? Finishes things off with authority with that big punish counter. Player 1 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Throws a fireball.
Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in.
Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner.
Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up.
Knockdown and just goes for it at this range. They must have a game plan here with a critical art on deck, but executing that plan is the key. Blocks it. Perfect parry. How will they follow up? Breaks those shins. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink. Blocks the low kick. Can they create an opportunity? The low kick hits. But huge chance after that wall. Flatline game. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight.
Start. This is gonna hurt. Face out the low kick. Too far for the throw to connect. Throws a fireball. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Quick medium poke, sets up with the jump in. Great job in escaping that corner pressure and moving back to center stage. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up.
Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent.
Ooh, what a smart blow. Drops him hard. Both absolute excellent block. Anti-air in the clutch. Impact squat. Solid anti-air. Okay, here we go. What? Throw is denied. What a read. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Both avoiding the wall like a plague. This can lead to some big damage. Player, the drive impact doesn't work. This, oh, are you kidding me? Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in.
Shoots off a fireball up close. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump there. Trips them up. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. Looking for a way to incorporate their drive. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player 1 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Knockdown. Both sides backing off to form their game plan. Feeling out the spacing. The jump in catches them. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Takes a trip. Throws them to negate the block. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. This is a critical point of the round where to come from the brink like that, what a comeback. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. Creates an opening with the low heavy. Checks him with the projectile. Jump. Long low attack hits. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Breaks those shins. Breaks the block with a throw. Jumps up. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Jumps in. Connects with the throw. Low heavy. Their life is hanging by a thread. They've got to lean heavily on their drop. In there. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Opts to create space alone. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? We're just getting started here. Who will take control? Ooh, you never know what can happen here. The low kick hits. Who will force the knockdown? Here comes the mix-up. Blocks it. Oh, the throw connects. Amazing. And whip. They're wide open. With super arts into play. Ooh, what a smart throw. Oh, here we go. No way. No signs of letting up from out of the corner. Oh my, the throw tech. Player 1, impact, squash. Throws him. Okay, here we go. Notice fades out the low kick. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Dangerous range here. And he flatlines him. Player 2 made some smart moves there. Great game. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Blocks him with a shorty. Projectile to try and change the situation. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. What are they thinking here? Long, dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. The low kick connects. Uses a long-range attack there to zone them perfectly. Box them with a target combo. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Holds out with the block. Throws them to negate the block. Player 1 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? Knockdown and... This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Throws out a projectile. Oh, watch your head. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Blocks the low heavy. The throw misses. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Gets carried to the corner. What'll happen here? They both have full drive gauges to work with. Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drive or play it safe and conservative. There's a change of sides. Big throws. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Knocked them out of the air. This is gonna hurt. Punish counter on the action. Closes it out. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Slips the grab. Gets the jump in. Gets the knockdown, and now picks up some damage with a long reaching attack. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. The low heavy hits. Oh! Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? The drive impact. Takes a trip. Got their eye on the air, so they break forward to pressure the opponent. Nails the anti-air. A clutch drive move here can close out this round for either fighter. All right, what's coming up next?
The low heavy connected? Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Jumps up.
Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Nice tech. That tech's what you get when both sides go in on the throw. Knockdown.
Grabs him. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Time to reassess the situation. Out of range. Relatively safe. Super arc on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Knockdown and blocks the impact. Excellent block to shut out the impact. They are really going at each other this round. The reads they make now will be key. What's going to happen here in the latter half of this round? Player 1 will look to apply pressure here.
You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range.
Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. The low kick hits. What'll happen here? Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Throws him. Noticeable life lead is a comeback still. That risky jump in paid off. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight.
Low heavy, but no go. Ooh, what a smart throw. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Fades out the low kick. Low heavy. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. All the throw connects. The low kick hits. Somehow manages to block the jump in. Okay, here we go. Fireball pressure, trying to wear down the opponent. Looking to follow great shit. They're hurt, big time. Oh my God, what a throw set. Oh, sniped. Carried to the corner. This may be bad news. Looking for a hook, tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. Hits them with a quick low kick. Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match.